Okay, we're going to do the assembly demonstration for the model 1074, which replaces the old 5516 200-foot capacity pivoting hose reel. Now this assembly process is identical for the model 1070, which replaces the old model 5513, the 100-foot capacity pivot hose reel. Now what I've got here is this is how the package arrives. Well, all I've done is slide it out of the box, so it's all ready to go. And then I've got our clock here so we can time ourselves, see how long it takes. And then you're going to want some basic tools, most of which you probably already have in your toolbox. Basically what we got here is some Teflon pipe thread sealant, a 12-inch crescent wrench, a 7/8-inch box end wrench, just a small flat nose screwdriver, and then 4 hex keys, largest to smallest, 5/16, 3/16, 5/32, and 1/8. Okay, with the second hand straight up, it's exactly 10 o'clock, so let's go ahead and get started. First thing, let's remove the main tube and the arm of the hose guide, and then remove your support arm. Go ahead and put that in your wall plate. It's best to have a wall plate set up. It'll make the assembly go that much faster. Pull out the first flange, which is the back flange, and you've got 3 pre-installed screws in that flange. Go ahead and grab your 5/32 hex key and remove those 3 screws. You don't have to worry about capturing the nuts because they're built into the flange. Okay, so we got that. Go ahead and pull out the second flange. And then grab your brake assembly. This is your brake assembly. And lay it on that first flange. There's only one way it can go. So let's go ahead and lay that in there. Grab your second flange. Line it up. Again, only one way it can go. So let's go ahead and then grab your 3 screws and attach those 2 flanges together. Go ahead and tighten those down firmly. Okay. Next thing you want to do is grab your crank handle, and again it's got a pre-installed screw on the end of it. So grab the 5/32 hex key, remove that screw, go ahead and attach it to the front flange. Tighten that down firmly. Okay, so you've got your drum and flange assembly put together. Then let's go ahead and grab your main tube, slide it into the hose guide or the support arm. Okay, then grab one of your brass swivels and just make sure that this brass nut is bottomed out. Grab some Teflon thread compound. Go ahead and put that on there. I'm not actually going to do it, but this is the point at which you do that. And then just go ahead and thread it into the bottom of that main tube. Grab your 7/8-inch wrench. Tighten that down firmly. Then go ahead and finger tighten that brass nut up. Grab your 12-inch crescent wrench. Tighten that up. Don't over tighten it. It is a brass nut. Just snug is good. Then go ahead and grab your hose guide handle and remove the pre-installed 3/8-inch screw hex key. And let's go ahead and put this hose guide assembly together. Just the one screw. Oops. Grab your 5/16-inch hex key. Tighten that down firmly. Okay. Then let's go ahead and slide that on the axle. Now, what you want to do then is grab your 3/16 hex key. Oops. And there is a screw right on the top here. What you want to do is you want to make sure that there's not a lot of play. See how there's a little wobble in the handle there? Just go ahead and tighten that screw down firmly. And what that'll do, it'll eliminate the side-to-side play but still allow it to flip over, okay? So now that we got that, let's go ahead and slide the flange assembly onto the axle. Grab your second swivel. Go ahead and put the pipe compound on there. Screw that into the axle. Okay, 7/8-inch wrench. Tighten that down firmly. Brass nut up against the flange. Snug that up good with your 12-inch crescent. Okay, got that? Now what we want to do is we want to apply a little brake to that. So grab your, I'll flip this over, grab your flat screwdriver and remove this plug right in the middle of the drum. And take your 1/8 inch hex key, insert it down in there. Basically turn it clockwise until it bites, and when it does, it'll start applying drag. Obviously once it goes, there it goes, the more you tighten it, the more drag you get. Okay, we got some good drag there. So let's go ahead and replace that plastic plug. You're basically done. And that took right at 6 minutes. Now if you want to shave the assembly time down a little bit, what you can do is use a cordless drill with a 3/8 inch socket adapter and some socket hex keys. And on the pivot hose reels, that's going to shave anywhere from a minute to a minute and a half off that 6 minutes.